Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the Hall Agreement Indicator.
But before we do, if you have not watched my first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that right now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team, and as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down in the description below. You can also find a link to our Discord server, so that way we can all discuss testing indicators and building our trading system. And lastly, you can find a link below to TradingView. If you sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money using the link below.
Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the Hall Agreement Indicator. But before we do, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So, to date, we have tested 112 indicators. And out of those 112 indicators, 44 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now, you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 44 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So, go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. Alright, as I said, today's indicator is the Hall Agreement Indicator. It is a TradingView member created indicator. So of course there will be a link to the indicator down below in the description. The indicator is pretty straightforward for the most part. It's based around the Hall moving average, which we actually tested when we were doing the moving average head-to-head testing a while back. If you haven't seen those, go back and watch those. One of the highest scoring moving averages was the Hall indicator. And so this TradingView member, they again based this indicator around the Hall moving average. And what they did was they actually set it up to where there was instead of being just a simple two-line cross, two Hall moving average cross, they set it up to where there's actually a little bit of a buffer area or a kind of a choppiness zone, if you will, which is really cool, very intriguing, because again, one of the biggest problems when it comes to a moving average cross or the moving average price action cross was that you get a lot of fake outs. And so you will often run into areas where you get pinballed in and out of trades. And that's because it doesn't really, I mean, obviously if we had other indicators layered on top of it, it might kind of help to resolve that issue. But if it's already built into the indicator itself, then that's all the better. And so again, I thought this one was rather interesting and very interesting to look at. And so now I did go in and I did make some visual modifications to the indicator. So let me do this. Let me go in and I will reset. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you pull it up in its normal default state. And so again, I don't change any of the settings as far as the calculations that it gives. Basically all I do is go in and I make some small changes and adjustments to the visual side of it, so that way it just makes a little bit more sense to me and cleans it up a tad bit. And so really, we're not concentrated on the moving average lines themselves, really. And so what we can do is we can go in and we can, turn off the visualization of the moving averages, because again, we don't really need them there. Now, the next thing that I did was I went in and I wanted to isolate out the buy zones and the sell zones and get rid of the choppy areas. Now, oddly enough, they used a blue. Let's see here. Make sure that's the right one. Yeah, they used a blue. Yes. They used a blue for the buy area. Again, I know I've seen people do this many times before. That's fine if that's how you want to leave it. It's totally up to you, but I am going to change that to green. I'm going to go into the sell zone, change that to red, and then the other choppy zones I am going to turn all the way down. All right, and so you see here we are left with green zones and red zones, and you can see the breaks where the choppiness kind of filtration takes place. So pretty simple, pretty easy to understand. When we get a green colored background, that is a signal to go long. When we get a red color background, that is a signal to go short. And that's how we'll be testing it today. So let's get on with it here and see what we can get out of this indicator. So we picked up our first signal right there. That was a sell signal. And obviously it didn't do very good. It pretty much immediately took off without us there and ended up stopping us out. Next signal was a buy signal, and that one did well. Got us into the take profit. Let's keep playing it out here. See what else we get. So that was a sell signal there, and it definitely got us into take profit area as well. Let's see, so we had another sell pop up right here. Unfortunately, that one did not do well. Let's check out this buy here. It was able to barely squeeze in. Take profit. Got another sell here. And we missed take profit on it. Then another buy there. Let's play it out a little bit and see what it does. I don't think it got to take profit. It did not. Moving along here, we picked up another sell signal right there, which also didn't work out in our favor. Then a buy signal here, which did. Alright, let's see, there is a sell signal there. Looks like it barely squeezed in, take profits. Let's see, there's a sell signal there. Just going back and double checking that. Yep, that I did those correctly. Sometimes you gotta pay attention to where areas overlap. And so we get, so for example, right here, if we hadn't hit our take profit on this little leg right here, well, we didn't get stopped out because it didn't come up far enough. We didn't get a buy signal either. And so all this time would have lapsed here, and we would have eventually pushed down into another sell signal here that would have eventually got us in to take profit. So, and we picked up another sell signal right there. That one's not doing a whole lot there. So let me just double check this one. I don't think it hit. Let's see. So that would have been our entry. That to that. Nope. Definitely didn't. We have that one there. We're about midway through the year now. It is plugging along here. See that it hit this real bad choppy zone right there. It threw a signal to go short here, which would have stopped us out on this one for sure, even if it hadn't come down and hit our stop loss. Let's play it out there. Boom, that one really dropped out there. All right, moving on. And we picked up another sell signal right there, which again got us to take profits. It's squeezing itself into a buy zone there. Looks like it did pretty decent. I do believe it got us to, yep, take profits. Then we picked up a buy. It's not a very convincing buy right there according to price action. Didn't look all that great. Let's see if it can squeeze up. There it goes. Getting pretty close to end of the year here. Made a really strong move up there. See that it's starting to show signs of weakness here. You can see that it's throwing it into a red zone here, and so See if we can look back a little farther and see if there's any. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see where price action has bounced along that area a few times there. See what it does. Was able to make a break, and so here's one of those instances where you see some price manipulation taking place. Gave a strong pullback here. Definitely was looking like this could drop out. People would have put their stops. Let's see here. Stops would have been right in this area, right above this high. Entries would have been down in here, in this area. Most people would have, if you were anticipating the move down, jumped into this thinking, yep, here it goes. It's going to start making a little bit of a leg down. You see here, it jumped up just enough to spike through a whole bunch of people's stop orders there, triggering a whole bunch of people to take a loss right before it pushed itself, boom, right back down into this area with a hard sell. That's definitely some price manipulation, price action happening in that area. Now it's pushed down. If it breaks below this area again, right in here, there's a very good chance that it's going to plummet at that point. It's somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern that it's formed here. It already faked a whole bunch of people out in that area, and so yeah, if it can break down below that purple line, it's probably going to drop out pretty hard. There you have it. All right, let's see. Let's wrap up, because that puts us, yep, at the end of the year. Let's wrap up the rest of our trade signals here. So that was a winning trade there. This one would have been a losing trade here. And another losing trade there on that one. Then a winning trade here on that one. Okay. All right, so there we have it. And to make things a little bit easier to see, we are going to turn off our indicator and we're going to count them out here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So, interesting to note that when we did the moving average tests, the whole moving average was able to achieve a 58% win rate. And so, interesting enough, this indicator is almost exactly 58% as well. And so, even though they attempted to add a little bit of a buffer in there to keep us from taking some bad trades, they didn't really succeed very well because we're basically at the same win rate that we were at before. And so, yeah, interesting to note that. I didn't think it'd be that way, to tell you the truth. Looking at it without testing it, it really did look like it was saving us from some of those really bad trade entries. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting to say the least. So, yeah, there you have it. it's gonna go on the no list because it didn't meet the 60% criteria. It just fell short of it. And so if you're wondering which indicator, which moving average was most successful in the head-to-head, out of all the ones that we tested, it was the exponential moving average. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was in the low 60s percent win rate. And so, um, yeah, like I said, a little disappointing. I had a little bit of high hopes for this one. I thought this might be able to correct the curse of the moving average choppiness, but it was not able to do so. So, yeah, like I said, it's going on the no list from now, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.
If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, all right, everybody, I will see you on the